good morning everyone.
Good
Now,
morning.
now we have our discussion about the cel6 Part B. And let me introduce myself. My name is Ong Jin.
My name is Tan Jia-Qi.
And my name is Gan Jian.
So now let us to show our photograph. And this is my photo.
How about you?
Okay,
Wow.
this is my photo.
Very big, huh?
Okay.
And this is my photo.
Very small. So now we start our discussion, and the first question is, what interests you most about this photograph? And let me start first. And the most interested about my photograph is you can see that the chair and the wall is stick together just like they are the one.
Okay. My answer is the green leaves of the tree are replaced with red balloons, and it is floating in a closed room. That is the most that since is interests me most about this photograph.
And for me, my answer is very simple. The photograph shows that it is an easy way to squeeze the orange juice.
Okay. So we start question 2 is how would you describe this painting to a person who could not see it? And I will say that this picture shows a chair in front of a wall and look as if we forcibly pull the chair out of the wall, but it's in the some part they also join together.
Okay, my answer for question 2 is there is a tree with red balloons as its leaves floats in a closed room. So, Didier, what is your answer for question 2?
My answer for question 2 also very simple. Is I will tell the people who cannot see it will answer the combination of orange and the squeezer. So why I call it the orange squeezer?
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, of course.
You say that this question is how we describe the picture to a person who is blind, and you say that the combination of orange and squeezers, and if I'm the person who could not see, I could not imagine. Can you explain further?
Okay. First, you imagine you have an orange, and after the orange, I will put a bag.
Okay.
Then you imagine you use the tap to squeeze. After you squeeze, the orange juice will come out, and you have a very fresh orange juice to drink.
Okay.
Okay. So,
You still got
Jackie have any question?
No.
No. So we continue to the question 3 is what do you think is going on this picture, and how did you arrive at that idea? And I think that this picture story about the Siamese, because some part of the chair and the wall is connect or joined together, and link me arrive at this idea.
Excuse me, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Can you explain to me what is the meaning of Siamese?
Siamese, I think is the things connect together. Or also another meaning is twins.
Oh, I see. It means that the twins, maybe some part of the body of the twins are connected or linked together.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for your explanation. Okay, so my answer for question 3 is the tree is being confined in a small room and loses its freedom to stay in an open area. the idea struck my mind as the red balloons were trying to fly high but being confined in a closed space.
Okay, sorry, I have a question for you. Why you think the tree is lost its freedom?
In my opinion, I think that because as you can see in the photo, in the picture, the balloons are very light. The air inside the balloon is actually lighter than the air, so that the balloon can rise high. So if the balloon is placed in an open area, the balloons will definitely rise the trees to a higher place, or maybe fly to another place in an open area. So
And do you think the situation for the photograph is good for the trees, or
I think for the situation, it is better to let the balloons to put the balloons in an open area, so that you can see the balloons will try to raise up the trees and raise the tree to a higher place in the sky, or maybe fly to another place.
is it possible the balloons will bring the trees along to
Yes,
fly
of
area?
course. Since as you see in the photograph, there is many balloons as the leaves of the trees. The balloons act as the leaves of the trees, and you can see there is so many balloons there. The balloons are very lighter than the air. As inside in the, I guess it's the helium gas is lighter than the air, so the balloon definitely can raise up the trees.
But for me, if the tree is apart from the ground, and I think the tree will die, right? Apart from the ground, sorry.
Or
The tree will die, right?
but as you can see, the roots of the tree is not in the ground, and it is not in the soil. Means
So
that
the
it can
tree-
absorb the,
So the tree will die, lah.
but it can absorb the water, the rainwater in the air.
But I think
But
that
the other nutrients that need for trees, how?
Okay,
this is just a
it's just an art. It's not
an
really
art.
Okay.
a live tree, a real live tree. It's just an art with the balloons as the leaves, replaces the leaves.
no the real tree.
It can be said in another way that this is not a real tree. It's just something like a tree. Something like a tree, but it's not a real tree.
Okay. So for the
Continue.
answer of my third question is, I think the picture is show about the increase of the level of technology. This is because the humans nowadays will always have a great idea to increase the standard of their living.
So, how do you think that you say this is a new technology, like how it works to squeeze the orange juice?
Sorry, can you repeat your question?
My question is how the squeezers work to squeeze the orange juice out.
Okay, as I said, that is very easy technology. You take an orange and you put a squeezers inside the orange, and then you squeeze. After that, you have a very fresh oranges.
But
just like a tap, the orange juice will flow out from the
Yeah.
tap.
It's very easy, right? You can bring the tap anywhere you go. So you no need to bring a machine.
Or no need to bring a blender.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
mean that the openness on the orange is the squeeze?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Any answer? Any other question?
A question? No. So proceed. Next question is, in your opinion, what message is the artist try to convey? And I think the artist try to convey Siamese.
Okay, so in my opinion, the artist try to convey a message of the need for freedom.
And sorry, I have a question again. In your opinion, what you what is the importance for students in university? What is the importance of freedom for students in university?
What is the importance of freedom, for students
in university? Yeah.
Okay, importance of freedom. I think that students in university must have the freedom to speak, the freedom to do the things that they like the most, and the freedom to enjoy any activities in the university life.
But just now you said the student in university have a freedom to do what they like, right?
Of course, they must follow the rules set by the university. Like they cannot, for example, they cannot talk anything that they want, in case they would hurt another's feelings, or maybe they will raise the sensitivity issues. So for this case, you have the freedom to talk anything you like, but you have to engage the rules as well, so that you won't raise the.
If we need to engage the rule and this thing that not freedom, not.
Or in this case, we can say that we have a certain freedom, but it's not complete freedom for students. Because as a student, you have to engage to the rules set by the universities, so you cannot do whatever you like, which means that maybe you will harm the others.
But just now you said the students in university can do
Whatever they like.
Yes, but I have to add on that they have to engage the rules as well.
And what you think there's a specific freedom that only students in university have, but the students in secondary school or primary school that don't have?
I think that maybe the university students have the freedom to wear the clothes they like. For example, they can wear the casual clothes, but for secondary school and primary school students, they don't have the freedom to wear casual way to the school, because they have to wear their uniforms.
Okay.
So this is the example of another freedom.
You got other questions?
Okay, no.
Okay, then my answer for question 4 is make the things in creative way in your life will become easier and better.
So, that question?
Sorry, can you repeat your answer again?
Okay, please concentrate what I'm speaking.
Okay, I'm trying.
Never mind, I forgive you. My answer for question 4 is make the things in creative way and your life will become more easy and happy. So you won't be stressed all the time. Do you have any question about the answer?
Okay, can you give an example on how to make your life creative a bit? Can you give another example for creative idea that make your life easier?
Creative idea. Since I don't have the creative thinking, so I'm learning how to think creative from others, and after I learn something, I will tell you. Okay.
So, we go to our last question is, what title would you give to this art, and what made you decide on this title? And I would give this picture, the title is Thief, because if we look from a distance and you can see that you see the picture, you can see a sea of white wall. The chair will not see clearly, just like they are the one. So I say just now I have explained that the artist try to combine the Siamese.
But for me, I can see the chair clearly.
I already see from a distance.
Okay.
I still can see the chair clearly.
Maybe if you look, there is some part of the chair is being held tightly on the wall. It's a part of the wall actually.
Yeah.
But from this way, I still can see the chair clearly.
Just imagine you
Okay,
inside the station.
Try it. Okay, how about answer?
My title for this art is confinement. I will give my art the title of confinement because the tree is in the state of being forced to stay in a closed space.
Why you think the tree is forced to stay in the closed area?
I think that if the artist put the balloons in an open area, not inside a room, the balloon definitely will, as I said before, the balloons will definitely rise to a higher place, and they will fly high in the sky and not just floating in a closed space.
But maybe the tree is willing for the artist to put it in the closed area.
But for my opinion, I think that the tree actually can raise and fly and
I know he can, but he's willing to let the artist put inside the closed area, not being forced to put in
Okay,
the
that is your
closed
personal
area.
opinion, and that as opposed of mine.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Your
for my
answer?
answer is, I will give the title of Live with Orange Squeezer.
Leaf with
Why?
orange squeezers.
Yeah, why I will tell you the reason now. Because I want to convey the message that we can make our life easier and always have positive thinking, so you won't be stressed with your life, especially as university students.
So you think the orange squeezer is to make your life more easy?
Of course.
So wherever you go, you can wherever you go, you can just turn on the tap and drink
Yeah.
the fresh orange juice.
The technology is not only for orange, you also can use onto the apple, watermelon, papaya, mango, and many things again.
Okay, as I know, this technology has not yet invented by any scientist or technology. So I hope that one day you will be the one who invent this kind of technologies. Try to be innovative.
Of course, after 4 years, you will see the machine with my name, Gani Sijen.
So, we already discussed all the questions, and now we end our discussion.
Yeah, we end our discussion today.
Okay, thank
Bye.
you everyone.
Thank you for listening.